Hi, Googlers. Hi, YouTubers. Hey, anybody else who might happen to listen to me. I actually have a few more subscribers, so that's kind of cool. But this one isn't so cool. This one's called To Exist, To Coexist, or To Not Exist. And that's really, I think, where we are today. This is a tough subject. This is a subject that I would even say Stefan Molyneux agrees with me. He's already released something, or I agree with him. Probably more like it. He's the philosopher. In that freedom of speech has limits, and that we as a society don't see the full ramifications of what's been happening in this world to understand why certain things happen. But today, the reason I'm doing this particularly today is I put out a share last night of a father who has a young daughter who was bullied. I'm going to leave it at that, because to me that's all that's important. Is his daughter had been bullied through Snapchat, because of Snapchat, and he had proof on the video camera. He tried to approach the parents. Quite a few phone calls. They wouldn't answer the phone. So he went to the door. They were home. They wouldn't answer the door. Tried phone calls again. He left voicemails. The guy phoned back leaving voicemails. Would never phone the dad and talk to him in person, but left voicemails calling him a nigger lover. But I don't want to talk about the race part yet. And I'm sorry I brought that N word in. Please, anybody in the comments, but hold the comments till later, please. Because my point had to be made near comment 120 or something, is that this has nothing to do with race. What the man did was he tried to talk to the father. The father basically said he owns the racism. He owns the bullying. He owns the bullying. He said he did it as a young child. His kids could do it, get a thicker skin. Basically, he's not going to do anything to stop his children from bullying the other father's children. So, with nothing left to do, he went to the police, and the police couldn't do anything. So he had nothing left to do but go to YouTube and say, well, the guy wants to own his bullying and his children's bullying. Here's his name. The father's name, not the kid's name. I would never harass a child. So I was spreading that video. A lot of the comments got a lot of people. It's getting a lot of it's gone viral, and a lot of people support it. But the people that don't support it because of race. And that's where the race card comes in. His daughter, he is white, but his daughter is an adopted black child, and the bullying is about her race and about living with white people. So, I kept saying, what does it matter what the bullying is? The bullying is bullying. Let's look past race. But now I can see, yeah, a whole bunch of people. What? Ignore racism? I didn't say that. I didn't say to ignore racism. Where racism is the main point, let's get it out there. We've got to kill all these isms. Somebody asked me, well, what's your point on Zionism? What's my point on any ism? Feminism, Zionism, maleism, any ism. I don't support any ism. I'm not into isms. Isms support one group over all. I support all. Some people call that liberal or socialist. It isn't, because I'm very conservative leaning. And yes, I just had one guy saying, you're such an enigma. How can I even label you? It's good. Don't. That's what we should be. We should be an enigma. We shouldn't fit into a pigeonhole. Why can't I be liberal leaning on one thing and right leaning on another, centrist in another, and alien on another? And when it comes on pot, I'm having trouble with people. Some people like it, some people are angry at me. Last week I had the death threat. Oh sure, I'm getting great followings. Love the followings I'm getting. Love all of you followers. The good ones. The ones that give me the death threats, I'd rather keep away. But it means my message can get to more people, and my message is a good message, so I'm happy for that. But my message in this one is the world's in a dangerous place now. Look what's happened in my own family's falling apart. My probably soon to be ex-wife cannot go home. She's Russian, but lived, and her parents live in a NATO allied country called Latvia. It's half Russian, half Latvian, and it's NATO allied. She can't go back there right now. Things are way too hot. It's full of American military equipment. She can't go back there. Her parents, probably scared, I don't know, but I'm sure they're scared, because war is imminent on their border. They border Ukraine. And if war breaks out, you can bet all NATO states will join in. So, war in Latvia. So, that's my son's grandparents, babushka and diedushka. So, it affects us all, how many people have trouble in the Mideast with family. All this because we're saying we want our kinds of freedom over somebody else's decision about freedom, when it isn't ours. To hell with that. Get out of Ukraine, USA. Get out of the Middle East, USA. Get out of Europe, USA. You're in 130 countries. When I was a kid, I don't think there was 130 countries. And you're now in 138, I think. Get out. Get out. And we'll have peace. And our kids won't have to die. And we can then coexist. Because pretty soon we won't exist. We do not have to have a whole world of a democratic republic. We don't have a democratic republic in Canada. Are you soon to change us too? Fuck off, USA. Go home. We need to stop saying freedom or else, because you take everybody's freedom away as soon as you go there anyway. You're full of shit. I'm sorry this got to this point, but it had to, because we are at a precipice, people. Wake up, it's a year of the sheep. If we do not learn to coexist with people, Aristotle said it, wisdom is not having to accept somebody's logic. It's just the sheer fact that letting them have it. Let the baby have their cookie. They don't hurt you by believing in God or believing in a different God. They don't hurt you by living in the Middle East or in East Ukraine versus West Ukraine. Crimea versus Russia. These are borders. They're man-made bullshit that people don't need to die for. We can coexist. We do every single day. It's our politicians that don't. So, truly, people, fight the verbal fight to coexist, or we're going to fight a physical fight, and we won't exist. Sorry for the rant. I got very emotional today. Peace and love. Hippie style.